Good morning all of you. Myself Dr. Pooja from the School of Commerce and Management. Today we will discuss a new topic, that is career and succession planning. First I would like to define the term what is career and what is succession planning. Career can be defined as the different position, different roles and different responsibility that are taken by an individual during his lifespan. Career means the various jobs, various roles, various responsibility that an individual perform during his or her working during his entire life. And the career plans mean the different plans that an individual pre-plan to achieve its career goals. Career planning is the planning of the activities and different work that needs to be performed to achieve the career goals. Next come, what are the career goals? Career goals are the main objective that an individual wants to achieve during his life. These are the position that an individual want to attain in future, and these act as a guidelines to the entire career path. Next come the different stages in the career. When we talk about the career, when we talk about the different roles, different jobs and different position, it has certain stages. An individual has to pass through all these stages. The very first stage is the stage of exploration. It means when an individual is completing his education, he is in the college time and suddenly he get a job. It is called the very first phase, when he transferred to the college from job. It is the very initial phase, so it is not very beneficial for the organization as the individual is very new, he has no experience, so he commits lot of mistake there. But it's the very initial phase for the starting of a career of an individual. Next comes the phase of establishment. This is the second phase. It starts when when an individual complete his educational qualification, then he starts search for his first job. He makes lot of effort to get the job and he try to achieve the best job that is suited for his according to his qualification, according to the roles he wants to perform. This is the second stage in the career. Next come mid-career stage. It is the stage when an individual reach in the age of 30 to 50 years. Generally he choose a career as its main objective and he is doing excel in this career, and whatever he is done, his work is always taken or evaluated by his immediate supervisor. If he commit any mistake, it is criticized by them, so he has to take very much care in this stage. Next come late career stage. It is very pleasant phase when an individual spend lot of years, he gain experience and he is enjoying his work or job that he is performing. After that come the decline stage. Decline stage meant when an individual career is going to be ended. It means when he come to the phase of retirement, when he give his services throughout the life, when he perform a career or job throughout his life, and now it's time to get retired. So these are the different phases that comes in a career. Next come, what are the characteristics of career planning? Career planning is a continuous process. It means it begins with whenever an individual start a career, it continue throughout his life. He has to start some career, he has to start a job with certain point, then achieve the highest ranks in that job, and he has go for the achievement of his career goal time to time. It means it is a lifelong process that run throughout the life of an individual. Second, career planning is a process that main objective is integration of individual needs with the organization need. It means in career planning the main objective is that we have to integrate the individual needs with the organization needs. Individual goals are matched with the organization goal, which is beneficial for both individual as well as the organization. Next come career planning result always in the betterment of the individual human resource. It means career plans always act as a guidelines. They always show the path of an individual so that they can achieve the higher position and they can excel in their work. Next come, what is the importance of career planning? Career planning is very much important. It is a three-tier process. Three-tier means it has three phases. First phase is from the side of employee, second phase from the side of employer, and third phase from the side of organization. It means it work for the welfare of all three parties. For employees, career plans or career programs are designed that shows as a guidelines. They always motivate individual to work or to achieve a higher path, to always excel in his career. For organization, it is a source to motivate the employees. When employees know if they perform their work well, they will go for the higher position. It always motivate them. It is a source to retain the best employee within the organization. When an individual work is recognized, he is promoted for the higher position, then it will always help them to retain within the organization. It increase the loyalty of the individual toward the organization. Next come for the organization, it is helpful for succession planning. Succession planning means in future if there is any vacant position, if some higher level vacancy is there, then the person who are always working in the organization, if he has particular knowledge, skills and abilities to perform, to hold that position, he will be automatically shifted to the higher position with the help of succession planning. So career plans always act as a basis for succession plans also. All this situation work as win-win situation for all. It means these are beneficial for the both organization as well as employee and employers. Next come the objective of career planning. Why we should plan careers? The main objective behind career planning is first attract and retain the talent. It means in an organization we require human beings. We require the persons that have particular knowledge, particular skills, particular abilities to perform a job very well. So all this can be done with the help of career planning. Whenever an individual join a group and he feels secure, he feels safe, he gets enough salary for his work, then he will become the part of that organization for a long time. So it is a main tool to attract the human capital. Next, it use human resource effectively and increase their productivity. The main objective is proper utilization of human resources, and it can be done with the help of minimum cost. Next, it reduce employee turnover. When an employee is satisfied with his work, when he has clear standard what he has to perform during his job, when his work is evaluated from time to time, then he will do his best during his work tenure, and this will ultimately reduce the absenteeism or their turnover ratio. Next come improve the morale and motivation of the employees. When an individual perform well and his performance is recognized, he is shown the various career paths where he can grow. If he is doing well, what position he can acquire in future. So all these factors work as a motivator to him. Next come better succession planning. Career planning is a base for the succession planning. Succession planning where we get an information who is presently doing a job, and if he relieve his present job, who can occupy his place. It will give information about if there is any retirement, whether it is voluntary or non-voluntary, if there is any death, if there is any accident, whatever, what cases may arise. It always help us to plan for the next person who will be the next successor for that particular job. So all these are the basic objective of the career planning. Next come what are the process of career planning. Career planning is not done with it itself. It is a process that should be done by step. The very first phase in the career planning is analyze the potential of the individual. It means first we have to understand the needs of the individual. What are their aspirations? What are their potential? What can they do for a particular job? What are the knowledge they have? What are the skills they require? From time to time, what will be the position they can go? So all these help us to analyze the potential of the individual in the very first phase of career planning. Next come analyzing the career opportunities. First we have to see that particular knowledge, skills and ability that the human capital have. Next we have to understand what the organization needs, what an organization want to achieve, what are the organization goals and how these goals are achieved with the help of available human capital. So the analysis of career opportunities that are available within the organization, the person who is doing well, which position he can acquire in future, all this analysis is done in that phase. After that, there is a matching between the individual aspiration and the organizational needs. We make a match between what is the need of the organization, what are the goals of the organization, and what is the individual needs, what are the individual aspiration, what are the individual knowledge, skills and abilities they have. We make a contrast between them and find that if the available human capital is right for the promotion, is there any requirement of training, is there any requirement of development programs. So a perfect match between the two is made in this phase. Next come preparing and implementing action plan. When we have a match between the two needs, organization needs and the individual that are already available, then we have to make a strategy plan, we have to make an action plan, what should be taken, where they should be promoted, what position they can acquire in future. After comes review. When we implement an action plan, we make a strategy, what to do, when to do and who will do it. After that, time to time it needs a review of entire work. The position that are given to an individual, it should be reviewed from time to time. His or her performance should be checked, evaluated. If he is doing well, he should be promoted, he should be motivated, and if there is any lack in his performance, there should be improvement program, there should be any training program, it can be any development program that can tell their mistakes, that can motivate them to work more hard. So all these things will done in the help of review of performance and action plans. So all these are the various phases of career planning process. After come advantages of career planning. Why we should plan an individual career? What is the need of the career planning? Here are some points. As we have tell earlier, it is the process that is beneficial for the both employees as well as the organization. So the benefits of career planning goes in the hands of both. Employees get several benefits from the career planning. They can be knowledge of career opportunities. Career planning act as a guidelines to the employees. It tells them, it shows them the various path where they can grow in future. It tells them the various position they can achieve in the future if they work hard. Next, knowledge of longer association. When an individual is doing well in his work, it means he can become and he can be in his work from a long time. He can give his services from a long time. It will always increase his performance. Next come greater skill and qualification. When an individual have clear knowledge about the career paths, when he has clear knowledge about the goals he have to achieve, then it will definitely increase their skill and it will also motivate them to work as per their level. Next come career paths and promotion opportunities. Career plans always act as a guidelines. They always motivate. They show the various paths that are available to the employees. If an employee is doing well, career paths show them where they have started their path, where they are now and where they have to go. It acts as a guidelines to them from point to point. These are the various benefits that an employee get. Same phase with the organization. An organization have multiple benefits from the career planning. First, it can increase employee loyalty. Career planning helps an organization to increase the loyalty of the employee that are presently working with the organization. It helps them to achieve the better options that are available to them. When they go for the higher position, they feel satisfied, they feel motivated and they feel more connected with the organization. All these things increase their loyalty, all these things increase their retention ratio, all these things increase their low level of switching, their low level of absenteeism. So all these are a great advancement for the organization. Next come availability of career prospects. It means career planning shows the way if there is any vacant position, who will be the next to acquire to fulfill that position. It means career planning always act as base for the succession planning. If any position is get vacant, who will be the next person that can hold that position, who has enough qualities, who has enough knowledge and skills. All this information is collected with the help of career planning. So it is very beneficial for the employees as well as the organization. Whenever we think about the career planning, we should introduce career counseling to the employees. Career counseling means we have to give them proper knowledge, proper guidelines. They should be tell what they are doing now, if they are doing well, what position they can acquire in futures, how work and what kind of work they should done for that. So proper career counseling is also part of a career planning. There is a related term that is come with the career planning, that is succession planning. Succession planning means generally who will be the next successor. Successor means the person who will take the present position. It means when in organization, if there is any vacant position, it is due to any reason. The reason of vacancy may be voluntary, may be non-voluntary. Voluntary means if somebody leave the organization, non-voluntary means some kind of retrenchment is done, some kind of layoff is done, employees is removed from the job due to his not performance up to the mark. So there may be various reasons that an individual get out of his job. If there is any vacant position and we have to fill this position within the organization, then we go for the succession planning. Succession planning means we have to that help the organization to identify the specific individual who can fulfill the vacancy of the key position. It means within organization we have to see, we have to check who is the next person that can hold a vacant position for the managerial levels. Generally, for this purpose we made a succession plan. Succession plan is a plan which tells us who is doing the present job and who is the next qualified person if the present job is get vacant. It means it is a plan that acts as a guidelines for the human inventory resources. It means the resource that are available within the organization. It gives a clear knowledge about them. These persons are doing that job, and if anybody leave that job, who will be the next qualified person that can acquire his job. All this done with the help of succession planning. Next come why we have a need for succession planning. As it is clear that succession planning help us to identify and develop the people to replace the current job position. It means if there is any vacant position in the current job, then with the help of succession planning we can know who is the next competent individual, who is the next competent person having the same skill, same knowledge that can capture that position. Second, it always help us hiring from within the organization. As we know that if we go for hiring from the outside, it is a very costly affair. It result in lot of time consumption, lot of money wastage. So it is very beneficial for the organization if we can hire from the within the individual that are already a part of organization. We know how they perform, we know how they can achieve their targets, we know their abilities, we know their knowledge, everything. So this is very beneficial for the organization to hire within the organization, to hire within the person that are already available within the organization. Next come, every individual needs pat on the back. It means if an individual is doing well, his work should be recognized. He should get an emphasis for his better performance. If it is done, it will motivate him to work hard. So with the help of succession planning, these things can be done. Employees should get a pat on their back, their work is recognized. If they are doing well, they are promoted for the higher positions. They feel very motivated towards the organization. Next come, absence of succession planning can hamper an organization. It means if we don't have any succession plan and suddenly some higher position get vacant and we have no person that can occupy that position, it will disturb the entire work of the organization. So it will create lot of problem for the organization. So succession planning always help the organization to work with the pace. After come the process of succession planning. As we learned that career planning is a systematic process, same as succession planning is also a systematic process. It is also a long term process. As far as an organization exists, succession planning also goes on. The various phases in succession planning process are: first, identify the shortage and defining the requirements. The very first phase is we have to identify the requirements. We have to collect information about the various position, about the various knowledge that are required for a particular job, about the various skills that are required to perform a particular job. We have to collect data about the human inventory. It means we have to collect data about the knowledge, about the education, about the experience of the individual. And if there is any shortage, if we feel there is any requirement, we have to make a collection of that requirement. After come identifying the potential successor. When we identify the requirement, where is there is any need and what kind of need, then after we have to plan the person who will best suited for that job. We have to plan who will be the next successor of that particular job. We have to find out the person from the various, the person having the same or required knowledge, skills and abilities to perform the task. He should be selected, he should be identified with the help of second phase. Next come coach and groom the star. The identified person are called the stars. They are called the shining stars that we have to groom. We have to identify them, we have to polish them, we have to groom them. It means we have to motivate them for work. Generally, when we identify, when we search for the human inventory, we find three kind of person. Where first person is that person that have the particular knowledge and skills and they are willing for the higher position. Then we have to find out that person and promote them for the higher position. In second phase, we find out the person who has certain knowledge and qualities and they are also willing for the particular position, but they are some lacking in their knowledge. They require some more training, they require some more development so that they can be polished and they can properly suited for the job. And third phase, there are certain persons who have proper knowledge and skills, but they are not willing to take any further responsibility. They are not willing to take more challenging jobs. They are happy and satisfied with their present job. So we have to find out all these person, all this human inventory. We have to, after identification, we have to find out the shining stars and we have to groom them, we have to coach them, what position they can acquire. After that, develop an succession plan and strategy. When these persons are find out, we have to develop a succession plan, we have to develop a succession strategy, how the organization objective can be achieved with the help of these individuals. All the things are clear to them, what they have to do, when they have to do, all their job responsibility roles, if they require any training program, all these things are done with the help of this phase. Next come implement succession strategy. Formation of succession strategy is not enough itself. When a succession strategy or plan are formed, then next phase we have to implement them. We have to introduce them within the organization. From time to time we have to make a evaluation and monitoring of that plans also. Only planning is successful phase when it is evaluated from time to time. It means when plans are made, when we made the succession plan, we make the succession strategy, we decided the person. From time to time we have to make a check also whether the person who are selected, whether the person who are promoted for the new positions, are they comfort with their job, are they are eligible, whether we make a sound selection. All these things will be done with the help of monitoring and evaluation phase. So these are the various phases which are done in the succession planning. Next come difference between the career planning and succession planning. There is difference between the career planning and succession planning. We can say career planning covers all the levels of employees. It means when we talk about the career plans, when we talk about the various job responsibility and position that are held by an individual throughout his life, it is, we are talking about the all level of employees, but in succession planning we are always talk about the higher level. It is, succession planning is always done for the higher level executives, top level executive we include in succession planning. Second, career planning is concerned with the position an employee is fit to hold an organization. It means we have to find out, we have to check out the position where an individual can shift it from one career to another career. It means there is a shift from his career from downward to upward. Career planning include from shift from career in downward to upward. Rather, in succession planning, we find out the vacancies, we find out the various positions that are likely to be filled by the higher level executives. When they become vacant, we have to find out that positions and we have to promote person on that position. Next come, it is generally mutual responsibility of both employee and the management. When we talk about the career planning, it is done by managers as well as the employee and employers. But when we talk about the succession planning, it is always the responsibility of the management only, not the responsibility of employees. Next come, career planning is the process by which a person select his career goals and path to reach that goals. It means in career planning we plan about the position that we want to achieve in future, we decide the career goals that we want to achieve. But in succession planning, it is always found the key executive for the organization. It means when any position get vacant at higher level, we have to ensure that we have qualified person that can occupy that position, that can fulfill that position. Next come, career planning includes success planning. It means whenever we talk about the career planning, it always has succession planning in it. But succession planning is a part of career planning. It is not a separate, but it's rather attached with the career planning. So all these are the basic difference between the career planning. But we can conclude that career planning is a part of entire human resource planning. Human resource planning is concerned with the career planning and succession planning. Both these are the integrated part of the entire human resource planning. In human resource planning, we plan about the right number of person, right number of jobs, right person at the right place. In career and succession planning, we ensure that the person that get hired should be promoted from lower to middle, middle to higher jobs. And if there is any vacancy in the higher level, then we have in surety that we have particular man force that can be fulfilled this vacant position. So all this bring continuity in the organization. It means if there is any vacant position, it can be fulfilled within the organization. As if we fulfill that position within the organization, it is always cost economic for the organization, because hiring from the outside is a costly affair, it is a time consuming affair. So all these things bring continuity in the organization and always result in the organization as well as individual attainment of the goals. Thank you.